All right, everybody, welcome to a very special edition of Teaching Crypto. A ton of news. We got a big AI token reveal today, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Hit that like, hit that subscribe bell notification. Hey, push us forward to 2,000 subs. Super chats in the store are open. Crazy day. So much to talk about. From a Bitcoin took a bit of a dump today after news came out that the Coinbase lawsuit the SEC filed was not going to get dismissed. It's not a complete loss, but there are some indications. Again, there's a lot of uncertainty about what is and what's not a security. This was not thrown out, so it is going to basically it's going to continue. It's not like a decision's been made, but you saw the market react, and this is common during a bull run. Anytime there's any type of negative news, or not even negative news per se, anything that could be perceived as negative, you'll see Bitcoin go down a bit.
Yeah, and this is frustrating to see Bitcoin go down on this news because it's not really that negative. I wouldn't be surprised to see that there were some liquidations on top of this that spurred this a little bit more. But yeah, this was a little bit frustrating today to see this news drive, or at least partially drive the price down, especially after where we were going earlier in the day. Like when you and I talked before the show or after work today, we were talking and I hadn't realized how far Bitcoin had dropped and then come back because I was so busy. But yeah, it was kind of a frustrating day, at least for price action on Bitcoin. However, you've got to flip that mindset. When you see this drop like that, we always say we're not crying, we're buying, right? So let's don't cry, let's buy. If you're looking for a time to get cheap Satoshis, we're below 70,000 again. And, that's an opportunity.
Well, yeah, and VIG is above 72. I think it's really, really clear skies. The issue is now we've been kind of recovering. It's been a while. Right?
Faith.
All right. Good to see some of our old viewers back. Welcome back, Faith. Good to have you. Hopefully you've been recovering with, big time like we have on the show. We'll talk about that, but we love our all-time viewers. Definitely. Thanks for coming in. It's interesting now, MrFOMO. It's almost been, it feels like it's been longer, but it feels like a long time now since we've recovered. It's two weeks now since this retrace. If you remember what happened, we were at 73, went all the way down to 60, and now we've come back and we're trying to hold these levels here above 70. There are still some people that believe we're headed back to 60 one more time and then springing up. I'm not quite sure about that, but we're still kind of in the retrace situation here. I can't imagine. I would be shocked if we stay sideways and then go down for, like you talk about the summer, dreaded summer, May, June situation. I can't imagine Bitcoin now less than a month before the halving is going to stay down for that long. I cannot imagine this is going to last that long. I still think we're going to see a significant upswing and then a retrace. So I'm still bullish short term, but I'm curious to see how long it's going to take us to finally get above 72 again, 73 all-time highs, and head towards the 85, 90 region where I like us getting to.
I think as we get closer to the halving event, I think you're going to see more of that, and then post halving, you might see even a little bit more of a push. I'm expecting to see a little bit of a drop, maybe even a big drop after the halving. But there's an argument that supply shock and demand and everything will be up post halving. So I may be even wrong on that, and so it's important to kind of watch the charts and watch what's happening, but I really don't think this can be held down that much longer. I mean, all the noise, everything you hear, Kathy Wood is sticking to her 2.5 million, certainly not around the corner, but her valuation for Bitcoin one day. You've got other entities like the White House calling for 250,000, which is probably a little bit north of where it's going to get this time.
That's not this year. They're talking about sometime possible.
Oh, okay, good. But you've got a lot of people who are in the know making a lot of noise about where Bitcoin is headed. And so I don't think you can hold this down much longer. And I wouldn't be surprised to see one of those crazy moves coming up here soon that pushes us, just like we saw a couple months ago, that pushes us into the 80s and 90s. You know, as skeptical as I've been, Bitcoin is never that far away from making a big move.
Yeah. And speaking of big moves, we did our AI show not that long ago. And one of the ones we discussed was Ocean Protocol.
That's right.
And one of the ones then I discussed for my pick for one of the big ones, one of the top 200 to move in April was FET. Well, guess what happened today? There was, I'm going to share that. I'm going to look at this chart here. You see Ocean, if you were in the ocean, man, you got in deep. However, before I share that chart, really quickly, and this has been confirmed now, FET, AGIX, and Ocean are merging their tokens into an ASI token. And so this is going to happen now. All these three are combining. You rarely ever see anything like this. I don't remember this at all since I've been in the space here. So the projects are going to combine. They're going to try to form an AI superpower here. And the great thing, if you held Ocean or you have Ocean since our show, the Ocean market cap is much lower, right, than the FET market cap. So Ocean has a long way to go, and it's a process, right? It's going to take a while before this actually happens. And eventually, when they do combine, if they do go through with this, and all indications are they're going to do it, all three released said they were, you will get a new token of some kind. But what's going to happen is there's going to be a buildup. And so right now, Ocean, man, I would, and I always talk about taking profits. I would wait on that, to be honest with you. Not financial advice, obviously, but I think the Ocean still can get much, much deeper here. I think it's shallow right now in terms of profits. I think you're going to see much higher profits because we haven't even hit Ocean's all-time high. And I think that's coming. You saw FET hit its all-time high. But I'm loving what I see right now from the Ocean. I'll pull up that chart here. And this was, my goodness, over the summer, you could have got this below 30 cents when I first did that short on it. Man, that would look great right now. But it got above 160 at one point. You see some retrace here. Obviously, it was going to retrace from 168. And then with the Bitcoin going down, it went down a little bit. But it's kind of staying strong, right? I mean, this was 116 just a day ago. So this thing, when Bitcoin does recover, it's ready to rip up. It wouldn't shock me if momentum-wise, not financial advice, we made a rip. We go towards $2 by this weekend. Now, like, I want to pat myself on the back a little bit. Remember that Chainlink prediction where I said the next day it would hit 20? Well, it went well over 20, right? Solana, 2x. And so my next prediction here is that we could see a $2 Ocean pretty quickly. When Bitcoin does recover, I think you're going to see, if you have Ocean in your portfolio, I think you're going to be very happy.
And I think this is great, not just because it's three AI companies coming together, but this isn't just about AI. This is about combining computing power, right? Like we're pooling or aggregating all this GPU power. And when you have three big companies like this come together, you're going to build a lot of GPU power, which will give you an advantage in AI because that's what it's going to take, right? In order for these machines to learn, in order for these large language models to function as well as we think they can, or even better in the future, they're going to need this computing power. And so this is what I love about this. But then on top of that, I think you're going to get a lot of buy the rumor, sell the news starting today, right? Like this hasn't happened yet. And so when the event comes around, I should say buy the news, sell the event. But when the event comes around, then you're going to see a little bit of sell-off. But I'm on board with you. I think that there's going to be a lot more room for growth for all three of these, just because this is a great, great thing, not just for AI, but for these three companies. And it also decentralizes the power in these companies, right? When you have three companies coming together, who's in control anymore? So it gives it a little bit more of a decentralized look there. But I love it because of the GPU power.
The Ocean market cap right now is almost $777 million. Given this big news, given the partnerships, you know what? $2 Ocean. It depends on how. Now we don't have the timetable for exactly when they're going to finish this huge situation here, where they all combine into one token. But I honestly, I'm looking at my Ocean right now. Could we see a $10 ocean this bull run? We could. It just, and it depends on the timetable. But
Wow.
I'm really in the short term, I'm loving $2. But honestly, it could go much, much higher than that. Now, we have a very special token release here. So get ready, because you're going to talk about a token that not a lot of people know of, a low cap. And this could be a huge one. Is it going to 10x? Is it going to 20x? Is it going to 50x? Is it going to 100x? Watch and pay attention. Why don't you reveal our big pick for today?
All right, so I've been looking into, and I downloaded this app, this company called Atlas Navi, and it's a navigation app, drive to earn navigation app, or at least that's what it says. And there are some things that I'm not crazy about. You can see them here, but I'm not going to go into that just yet. One thing that I love is all those partnerships that you saw earlier. Sorry for scrolling back and forth on you here. But look at all these partnerships. NVIDIA, some big names here. Alfa Romeo, Abarth, Fiat. So you've got a lot of companies that are in on this. And I actually tested this out myself. And as a navigation app, there's really nothing wrong with it. The timing is on, the routes are on. I've been using it to go back and forth to different places that I already know here in Florida. So it's not, I haven't been lost anywhere with it because I already knew where I was going, but I just wanted to test it out and see how it worked. And as a navigation app, it works fantastically. However, now I'm going to go back to scrolling up again here. And I know some of you know that I'm a teacher, so some things bother me. If you look in the title here, Drive to Earn AI, and that second period's not there, I know that's nitpicky, but that's something that bothers me. And then also this car is blurred out for some reason. That's something that has bothered me since I started researching this. But another thing that bothered me is while I was using the app, I wasn't able to earn because you have to buy their NFT cars first before you can start earning the miles that you can then trade for Navi, which is their token that they trade, right? And so I went to buy the NFT car, and there's no NFT cars available at this time. And so right now it's just a navigation app because you can't get the NFT car, and without the NFT car, you can't earn. And so that really, I mean, as far as navigation apps go, if I can't earn with it, then why would I use it? It's not better to me than an app like Waze, where I can get, where it's sort of social media and, sort of crowdsourcing traffic, right? And so when we look at some of these things, we like to think, is this something that's going to get a foothold in the market? As a navigation app, it works fine, so I don't see why not. It's already had 700,000 users downloaded, including myself. However, until they clear it up to where I can buy an NFT and then earn with that NFT, I'm not crazy about this. But the market cap is
very nice,
spectacular for an AI token. And like I said, the navigation works great. So the AI navigation is wonderful. And the market cap is only 18 million, puts it at number 946 on CoinMarketCap's list. So there's some good things here as well as far as the partnerships and the navigation. But the bad thing is I haven't been able to drive to earn yet. And I've been using it quite a bit since we talked about it on Monday.
Let me give you some of my perspective here. At 18 million, with circulating supply of 52 million, which is 70% of the total supply, I could, whether this works properly or not, I could easily see this going to, I shouldn't say easily. There's a scenario where it's not that far-fetched to see this get to $180 million of market cap just because of how low it is. And it's not that difficult to pick up.
And because of the AI narrative.
Yeah, because of the AI narrative. So for an AI token, if you consider this AI, this is a tiny, tiny cap. And so right there, could I see it get to $3.50? Yes. And is that really all that matters? I'm not seeing 100x here. I wish I would. I wish I could see it because then I'd be jumping in. But I'm seeing a possible 10x, and you can't scoff at those. Realistically in crypto, a lot of it's hype. So if this starts getting any type of hype, the partnerships alone, and not a lot of
And
people
that's
know
another
about
thing.
it.
It has gotten a lot
Yeah,
of hype.
and
There's been
yeah.
quite a lot of buzz on
And you said
X,
what you
on
said the number, it's a very low in terms of the volume is 2 million for such a small cap. That's a big volume, and that's down from yesterday. So the
right, and it's
volume's
down.
there.
And the
You know,
price has dropped over the last several days, and
yeah.
so even with all the buzz, you're still getting it at a great value. I think it
Oh,
was
you're
almost
getting it at a great price because earlier this month it was at 53 cents. And
there
so
you go.
when we talked about Muse, all of a sudden, you remember how that look. And this one's a little bit higher because we first talked about Muse. It was a tiny cap again, 11 million. So hit that subscribe button. We're giving you these great low cap gems here. I I I like this one now just because of how low it is and the tokenomics. And again, I don't think it's perfect. I'm not going to see. I don't think we're going to get to 1.8 billion in 100x, but 10x is definitely possible. And worst case, I can't imagine this doesn't 2x. And so therefore, not financial advice. Seems like it would be a good idea to pick up here. And if not now, maybe during the next Bitcoin retrace. But yeah, I think this is a good one. And we've just given our viewers, I think, another knock opportunity here.
Well, I hope so, and I hope if you get it, remember, a lot of these are easily available. If you're on Coinbase, you can download Coinbase Wallet, and then you can grab some of these, at least for the short term. We're going to talk about Coinbase here now and the SEC, but you can get this on Coinbase Wallet pretty easily right now, and obviously KuCoin and some other spots.
Really quickly on Coinbase now, it just went up there. Maybe someone just bought. Watching the show live. You never know. We could have that Muse whale that I think was watching the program. Listen, really quickly, not a lot of time. The Coinbase thing, I don't think it's a big deal. This is just preliminary ruling. If it was a final ruling, right now they're just going through discovery and the lawsuit's going through. It doesn't mean that the judge has said, yes, these are securities, these are not. Now, if that does happen, that has to be established, right? Right now, the SEC and the Federal Trade Commission can't even agree on ETH. So I still think we're a long ways away. So I wouldn't get too carried away with today's ruling.
The judge, all that was actually said today was that the judge could see a plausible argument from the SEC, and some of it was thrown out. And so that's why I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a lot of liquidations that spurred more of that drop.
Well, but people were posting negatively that you know how some crypto news is. Some of the accounts that you got to be careful because some of it is clickbait. They made it seem like a doomsday scenario when it really wasn't. So that's why you got to watch shows like this, guys. No Voyager update in case you guys are wondering. Hopefully we'll get one soon for you guys. But listen, hey, we're going to keep giving you guys these gems. By the way, heads up, iOS got over 108. It's now below $1. If you believe like we do, we're going to go up before the halving one more time. That's another one that you might want to
AIOZ.
Yeah, that's another one that you may want to consider. 91 cents right now. I'm looking at that, and I'm going to keep saying it until I'm proven wrong. I love the consolidation that's going on right now with Engine. We haven't talked a lot of gaming. This is the OG gaming token. Guys, it is not going to stay at 50 cents forever this year. When this one runs, I could see a 2x fairly quickly. You might have to be patient because right now gaming, yes, there are some small gaming caps that are doing well, really, really low caps. But in terms of, the established ones from last time, you haven't seen them run too much. I think, and not financial advice, this might not be a bad time to accumulate some Engine and just be patient. I'm not going to say it's going to happen tomorrow, but eventually when it does pop, there'll be some chances, hopefully, to take profits. For MrFOMO.
That's one that I love. Hold on, I don't want to, before you get going, that's one that I love, and I don't think people really know why it's a great one in gaming, but the NFTs that they have, those NFTs are tradable in game. And so you're going to be able to make money from gaming. You'll be able to build up those NFTs, improve those NFTs, repair those NFTs when they break. Mm-hmm. There's all kinds of ideas, really novel ideas that they have for NFT usage in game and across their gaming universe. And so if you're looking for something in the gaming sector, AZcrypto is absolutely right. Engine is one of the ones you probably
Well, the market cap right now is sitting at 683 million. For the original token that was the head of the gaming sector in crypto last cycle, for it to be sitting there, guys, that's I mean, I'm not going to say much more, but
and great partnerships too.
My goodness. I mean, the circulating supply, I'm not huge on. It's 1.4 billion, but the all-time high was $4.85. There's a decent chance at some point during this bull run, unless it's a really short bull run, it makes a run at that. It's at 50 cents. It hasn't run like some of the others. It hasn't had a Solana run. It hasn't had a Chainlink run where Chainlink went from 4 to 20. So it's, again, unless this is completely dead, which I don't think it is, because as of yesterday, we still had 32.8 million of volume in. When something's dead when there's almost no volume in. That project is dead. This is not one of them. And so I'm thinking, knock, knock, opportunity right now at 50 cents. Well, we'll have to wait and see. By the way, this year, it did get to 73. So I feel like you're getting a great pullback number right now at 50. I really do. Again, be careful with any alt. You just never know. And we'll warn you guys, but when the cycle is over, you don't want to be holding any of these alts. Not financial advice, but the only thing I'd want to hold at all would be Bitcoin. And even then, like you said, there might be time to sell there, depending on your strategy. For Mr. FOMO, the AZcrypto, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. We will see you soon later this week. Have a good one, everybody.
See ya.